So, last time we had our session, you guys got into a fight at a tavern after finding out the location of the last prince of a kingdom that is now being torn apart by civil war. You got into a fight, got arrested, fled to your ship, got chased out of the country, and eventually crashed your ship on a deserted island. So we now go back to that.
Alright.
What was the? You all had a plan to get off the island. What was that?
Uh,
I
I
don't
thought
think we had a plan.
we ended on searching the islands for literally any kind of food or shelter.
Okay.
Or, means of egress.
My dog sees ghosts because this nigga just barking at the moon.
So what it was is you all decided to search the island. Kadar, who kind of pulled a muscle while helping to rescue the bird who was kind of trapped on the ruined ship, has decided to stay behind. So you all begin to search the deserted island for some means of food, water, shelter, or escape. And it's just the five of you making your way kind of in a circular perimeter around the island. And you're walking, and you notice a few wooden planks and stuff sort of jabbed into the water nearby. And as you continue, the path sort of evens out until you find this very tiny little hamlet. There's only three buildings, and there's a decently sized cargo ship in the bay. So you have these three buildings sort of nestled around each other. There's a sort of whipping post in the middle of the three. And standing behind all three of the buildings is an entrance to a large cave. The whole area is very quiet.
Scorpion.
So, what do you all do?
Fuck, I missed.
Turn off fucking Animal Crossing and play D&D, you fuck.
I'm sorry, it was a scorpion. I was about to turn it off, and then I saw the scorpion.
You silly man. So, there's three buildings. There's a large two-story house. There is a warehouse. And there seems to be a shorter, sort of barracksy looking building. What do you all do?
Are there people in sight?
No people in sight.
Alright.
Does it look abandoned?
It looks pretty abandoned, yeah.
That's it.
It looks like it had even been ransacked to some degree. Not pillaged, burned down everything, but definitely, a little bit of chaos happened here.
Alright.
Maybe we could kind of break down the building and use the resources to kind of fix. Oh, there's already a boat. Sorry, I didn't hear that half.
Well, we can patch the hole in it with the wood.
The cargo ship?
Whatever we came in, yeah.
Let's use a battering
is in
ram.
2 pieces. And there's a cargo ship here.
Let's break into the cargo ship to investigate.
I want to search the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I want to search the cargo ship.
Okay. Alright, so the shanty piratey looking fellow begins to make his way towards the warehouse, and the dragonborn in the very odd foreign armor is making his way to the boat. Which should we investigate first?
Warehouse.
Warehouse.
Warehouse? Okay. Andres, please stop making
Bigfoot,
that
just so
sound.
you know,
Oh, okay.
Bigfoot, you're super quiet.
What, mine is?
No, Bigfoot.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're definitely one of the quieters.
Okay.
So, you make your way to the storehouse, and it looks like half of it has been smashed open. Like, the wall's just been, like, Kool-Aid Man through. And you see a bunch of crates sitting all around the warehouse. The warehouse itself smells absolutely atrocious, and at the side of the building there is a water tank. You know, only about the size of an especially big chest. So, what do you all do with this information?
Um,
I'm
Can
gonna. You're not
Oh.
there.
oh,
Andres decides where Kaneda is, and if Kaneda
Yeah.
decided it's not worth it to go just yet and came with you to the warehouse, then Kaneda can be at the warehouse. It's okay.
yeah, I went all to the warehouse because none of you went the direction I wanted to go in.
Okay, so Kaneda, you are looking at the warehouse. What did you say you were going to do?
Can I sniff to see what the smell is?
Yeah, you can take a whiff.
All right,
Give me like a quick perception.
all right. A quick perception. I'm gonna use the bot. How do I use the? It's,
I generally don't use the bot, so you'd have to ask Gabe that.
Exclamation point R1D20.
Okay. Thank you, Gabe, so much for furnishing us with
Rolling
that.
shit.
Fine.
Alright, so
Hold up,
you
wait.
take a nice hefty whiff of the air, and I mean it smells almost like feces. You know, it smells like something is rotting. That's about all you can tell. There's a dog off in the distance. Not on the island, but just
Give me a
in the
second.
back of Kaneda's mind. Okay, so Pierre, you were also going to do something?
I'm just gonna search through the crates and see if there's anything left.
Alright, you pop them open, and you see that there is sort of like this white powdery stuff in it.
Oh, sweet cocaine.
I'm gonna inspect it, see if I can recognize it.
You
Do I need to check for that?
you inspect it, and it's kind of like a chalky substance almost. Yeah, you want to give me like an insight check to that then, or actually no, this will be a nature check for sure.
Can I check?
What's my modifier for nature? I got a 14, but I need to pull up my character sheet.
Okay, 14.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the
All right.
final.
As with a 14, as a pirate, I would say you kind of understand what this stuff is. This is the first step in gunpowder, guano.
It's 18.
Yeah, this is guano right here.
Oop.
Yep, specifically from bats.
Yep. Isn't guano always from bats?
No, it can be from seabirds. But yeah, it's one of the first steps in really efficient gunpowder. Do you want to inform the others of what you found?
No, but I'm gonna wipe my hand off on Kaneda.
Alright, so Kaneda's standing nearby, just you sort of smear like a bit of this dust across his armor. And he doesn't really respond.
I just wipe what's on my fingers off.
Okay, yeah, there's like white dust on Kaneda now. What the rest of you do?
I guess I'll check out the barracks.
Okay. Apollo.
Is there anything? Is there anything else in here that we haven't looked into, or is it just crates of guano?
It appears to mostly just be crates of guano. Yes. As in, all the crates you can find seem to emit that sort of same awful smell.
Sick. Yeah, I'll go with
Okay. You'll go with Apollo?
yeah.
Okay. Anyone else going? Or anyone else
I'm
have
gonna
anything
go.
they're gonna do?
Sure, yeah, I'll follow.
Okay. So, the group makes its way over to the barracks. And when you get inside the barracks, it doesn't appear to be locked for one, but this is especially ransacked of a building. Looks like that there at least once was a tiny mess hall and some bunks, but both are far beyond repair. And one of the few remaining cots that even vaguely resembles something has a dwarf sleeping on it. A young lady, just sort of face first sleeping.
Can I turn her over?
Uh, turn her over?
I mean, you said that she's face first into the bed, right?
Yeah. No, you can like push her over if that's what your plan is.
Sure.
Alright, so Apollo sort of, without the rest of your promptings, goes up to the dwarf and just sort of like pushes them over, and the young dwarf just kind of like reflexively swings her hand and like nearly smacks Apollo, but misses, and she wakes up. Her hand is bandaged, which was hidden while she was sleeping, and she's in fairly nice enough clothing, you know, just kind of working class garb. And she's like, "Oh, hi, hello.
Hi.
Oh, there's a few of you. Who are
Sorry to
you?
wake you up.
Who are you? Who are you with? Are you with someone?"
These are just random people I got shipwrecked with. My name's Apollo.
Your name's Apollo. What are all your names?
6.
6.
Yeah.
I see. What are you doing this far away from civilization? You looking for someone, or why here?
Stranded. What is this place?
Stranded. Okay. Well, this is, or at least was, a little outpost for one of the kingdoms to mine bat guano. They use it in the shooty guns, you know, the muskets. They fill them up, poo, you know, that kind of stuff.
So what are you still doing here?
Well, I had showed up with their transport ship with the original goal of... Who are you with?
No one.
No, that's right. Okay, I was here to help organize the workers here to overthrow their boss. I was going to do that, but when we got here, and the transport ship was going to pick up the bat shit, it appeared that everyone died, or was taken off, or killed in some way. And we thought nothing of it at first. And then these weird goblin-y things jump us, steal the Mage Key for our ship, and drag most of my associates off underground. I being a little shorter than the rest of them, was able to hide in the sand. Yeah, everyone's gone, and the Mage Key has been taken, so the ship's basically worthless right now.
I would like to insight check.
Okay.
Fuck, natural one.
Natural one. You're pretty sure she's telling the truth. You're a trustworthy bird. Or actually, if Apollo made an assumption of someone, would they assume they were lying or telling the truth?
Definitely lying.
Okay, then you assume that she's lying.
14.
What, you are also making an insight check?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Again, you can't really divine the motives just from an insight check. You have no particular reason to suspect her. You know, one of the main groups in the rebellion right now are coalitions of like democratic guilds, which are run by workers, and yeah, they try to overthrow, you know, bosses. So that is definitely a group she could be affiliated with.
So, do you need some help retrieving your friends or the Mage Key?
Well, if you're stranded, I'm guessing you don't have a ship then, right? Well,
Split in
We
half.
have half of a one.
a half of a boat. So if you want to get off the island, you kind of need a boat. And unfortunately, one of the technologies Abrigar uses to make sure that their ships don't get stolen is they have these Mage Keys, and essentially, if you don't have the Mage Key, you can't even unfurl the sails on ships.
Hmm.
And you said
So-
it was underground?
Well, the goblin creatures took it and ran off with it, and they came from the caves, so that's my best guess.
Where are the caves?
The,
Do you know?
yes.
Well, we saw them.
Yeah, it's a huge hole in the cliff. What was your name, Anna?
Yeah.
If you want, once we get back to the mainland, I have a great eye doctor I could have you see. I just want to make sure you're doing okay. You know.
Would
See-
you like to help us retrieve the key?
Oh, I mean, you all lot seem like you're sorted with this kind of thing. You got what spears? You got. She looks at Pierre. Got a sword. Looks at Anna. You got spirit. Looks at Six. I don't really know what you have. Do you have anything? I'm not much of a fighter myself. I've actually never actually fought. So I'm not really the best sort to even try to retrieve that key. You see what happens when I did try to fight, and she shows you her bandaged hand. But I feel like we can strike a deal here, right? Let's say you help me get off this island, and I can get you into the resistance if that's something that would interest all of you. Does that sound like a good deal?
What all does that,
Well, you know, free lodging, a group that you have affiliation with, so that, you know, as the entire kingdom burns apart, you got someone you can rely on. That kind of thing. Don't all speak at once, it's okay. So what do you all think of my offer?
I'd prefer gold.
Well,
I'd prefer gold too.
Gold isn't gonna get us off this island, so
Yeah.
I'll take up your offer.
I'll tell you
Pierre
what.
thinks it's
I'll
wise
tell
to
you what.
follow.
I remember the foreman who ran this place before he got his head chopped in. There was a rumor that he was hiding something around the caves or in his house or somewhere around here.
I'd like to insight check.
So if you all find that, you get to keep it. All right, give me an insight check.
Fuck! Okay, let me see. Insight 4.
All right, Apollo again, as the suspicious sort he is. I'm assuming Apollo's a dude. Is Apollo a dude?
Yeah, he
Okay.
is.
Yeah, Apollo assumes that she's lying then, because Apollo is not a trusting sort. So what does Apollo do with the fact that he thinks she might be lying to them and furnishing them with dangerous information? Does Apollo do anything, or does he just keep that to himself?
Let's see. I guess he'll just keep that to himself.
Okay. Very mysterious. I respect it though. I respect it. So yeah, if you find that while looking for the key, I'll let you keep that. But aside from that, I don't know too much as far as gold or such that you could be furnished with. You can have what's ever in the ship once we shove off. Hell, you can even keep the ship. I won't argue with that. As long as I can get off this island.
I mean, we all need to get off the island, so I'm willing to go retrieve the key.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and search the last building, and then we can go
I'll
into
follow.
the caves.
Okay. So Pierre and Apollo make their way out to go search the foreman. Or search the foreman's house, sorry. Does anyone else go with?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so we've got...
What is that?
Okay, so we've got everyone except Kaneda who stands by to, sort of keep watching guard the dwarf. Alright, so you four, not even knowing the dwarf's name, make your way to the foreman's shack. And it's this okay looking house. It's like a 2-story building. It's an overall pleasant building. It's a bit narrow because the bay itself that this is like shoved into is a very tiny bay. Rocks seem to have been smashed into the windows. And when you get inside, it looks like the entire building has sort of been upended. Wallpaper torn off, fireplace filled with dirt. Except in the living room, there does appear to be one table sitting upright as an impromptu desk. And then there's a staircase upstairs. What's that?
Is there anything on the desk?
No.
I guess I'll go upstairs.
Okay. So Apollo heads upstairs, and there's a skeleton in some very nice clothing, with a spear through its now decrepit chest. And it seems to be clutching a paper.
I'd like to inspect the paper.
So, written on the paper, it says, "Writing to you, Minister Giron, this expedition leaves me in 2 spirits. For one, I know upon return to my precious Abrogar, I shall be a wealthy man. But on the other, the smell of guano permeates this place, and the sound of the whips striking those whom try to flee make it ever so difficult to sleep well. On top of it all, the men murmur of more than just bats haunting these wretched, shit-filled caves. They say they saw a worm. I wish to have my leave of this place expedited to November. Yours forthwith, Minister Bronca." And
Do
so,
I recognize either of those names?
Minister Garone is definitely a like minor figure in Abragar that most people know. Sort of the sort of king's advisor for mines and for like dwarven communities and anything to do with the underground and Underdark. So
Is there anything else in the room?
The rest of the room seems to be pretty upturned. You know, there's a bed, but it seems to have been torn to shreds and the mattress stolen. There's cupboards, but the cupboard itself has been tipped over and smashed. Like the entire place has just been completely leveled.
I'm gonna grab the note and then go back downstairs.
Okay. Again, do you share the information you got with anyone else, or do you keep
Yeah, I'll
it to
show it
yourself?
to everyone.
Okay, so you all are brought up to speed on the note. Anyone have any questions or anything like that? No? Okay. Well, it's entirely up to you guys what you do from here.
So I suppose we should go into the cave now.
I wanna kind of inspect the opening.
Which opening?
I'll walk up to the cave.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the cave itself appears to be sort of like this gigantic gash in the you know, cliff face itself. It sort of straddles the border of being a cave and a mine. And around the entrance there are tools sort of lying about. A couple pickaxes, some shovels, stuff like that. But deeper into the cave there's definitely a thick darkness that makes it sort of hard to see.
Okay.
Anything else you do about that, Anna?
Um. Can I peer into the darkness and see what's like in there, or it's still a little too dark to see anything?
You're an Eladrin, so you have pretty good dark vision. So you can definitely see a little bit of the ways forward. And looking forward, you can tell that there's sort of a path going upwards that seems to be more artificial, and one that goes deeper down into the caves.
Well, we're gonna need to find a lantern or a torch or something, right?
I'm gonna light a
Well,
torch. I have torches.
Do all of you have dark vision?
I'm trying
No.
to figure that out.
I'm a
No.
dragonborn. Dragonborns and humans are like the two. that
Oh
don't
yeah,
have
I have dark
visions.
vision.
Okay.
So everyone else except me and Kaneda can see,
Okay, so
unless anyone's a human.
So Pierre sparks up a torch, and you're in the cave now, yes?
I'm going. in.
Okay, you're all going. So you can sort of hear the sound of crackling and popping as you light the torch. And you can tell that there's like this white powder everywhere all over this cave.
Oh no.
What do you do, Pierre?
Put that fucking torch out.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the torch out and someone has to guide me.
There's got to be some other way to make light, right?
There are spells, but I don't have any of those.
Let me check.
Don't either.
It'd be crazy if we had like a wizard who had cantrips.
I only have shape water.
What?
Are you're a wizard, right, Swamp?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta have cantrips.
Spells tab. Shape water. Nothing else.
I get Misty Step at level 2. Hold on.
Swamp,
Give me
Swamp,
a second.
Swamp is a wizard, but they never studied very well, so
Swamp.
they just
Swamp.
know
I'm gonna
cantrips.
set you up with spells.
Oh, okay.
You're level 1, right?
Yeah.
Wait, do you want to make it canon that just like 6 doesn't know any cantrips?
It doesn't match with the backstory that I wrote.
That's all right. Yeah.
I just don't know how to play this.
6 is, as we'll say, a level 0 wizard almost. As they do not seem to understand cantrips. I love it. So
Thanks for the help.
So Pierre, you know that 6 is a wizard, and you know that they might have cantrips. So expectantly, you kind of look to them.
Okay, wait, one sec. I'm getting up a thing for wizards, so I know how many spells they start with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know 3 cantrips. Let me get you a list of wizard cantrips.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea that like 6 just doesn't even know cantrips.
That would be so inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest utilities that wizards have.
Okay, so Acid Splash, Chill Touch, Dancing Lights, Firebolt, Light, Mage Hand, Mending, Message, Minor Illusion, Poison Spray, Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, Shocking Grasp, and True Strike. You can pick 3 of those.
There's no way that I'm gonna remember all of the things you just said.
What you pick to play with?
Is there a list?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the player's handbook. Or here, I even have a webpage if you want it, Swamp.
This is a list of wizard spells neatly organized.
Yeah, here's
With
another one
hyperlinks
if
to
you like
everything.
this. Both of them are lists of your cantrips.
I'd say you should probably take Prestidigitation, because Prestidigitation's the best spell in the game.
What is that?
You can create an instantaneous. You can create a variety of effects.
So, all right. So here's what we'll say: is 6 is not a very good wizard actually. They like to make people think they are. They're not really that great. But in the short time they've been on the island, they've been sort of studying their spell book, and they've come up with 1 or 2 cantrips that they can sort of throw out now. So what are the 2 cantrips you've mastered on your little island exploration?
Only 2.
We'll even say 3.
Hold on. I'm trying to. Fucking D&D Beyond doesn't have all of these options on it. That's
Yeah, that's why I don't like D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
great.
If you want, after this, Swamp, I can just give you a PDF of the player's handbook, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Wait, do you not have any player's handbook or anything like that?
No, I was not aware this was something I need.
That will likely make playing Wizard very difficult, as Wizard is
Cool.
probably one of the most complicated classes you could have picked.
Great.
Swamp, would you care to maybe borrow my player's handbook?
I'm sure the PDF will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
PDFs are fun because
Okay.
you can Control F.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so while you're doing that, instead of
I have
having
dancing lights, at least, so I can use dancing lights.
Wait, you should get Light instead of Dancing Lights. Light is a little bit more utility.
Well, no, just go
Okay.
with whatever. Like, go what seems fun to you.
Because Dancing Lights can't move. Or you
Why
have
does
to
it-
you have to actively move them. Light you cast on an object, and the object illuminates.
Oh, I see. Is that what components means?
Essentially, yes.
So you can cast it on like a sword or something,
Yeah.
and have a cool glowy sword. You should cast it on my sword.
Cool. I cast light on Pierre's sword.
I have a glowy sword.
So Swamp, for the first time actually any of you have seen, Six sort of stops for a moment. And how do you cast spells? How does Six do this? You know, what's their style? Do they like, you know, just sort of point their finger? You know, do they rub their hands together? What does magic look like when Six casts it? How is this done?
It's kind of just a vague, open-handed gesture in the direction,
Okay.
depending on the spell.
Okay, sweet. So just sort of waves her hand over your sword, and your sword is now nice and glowy, Pierre.
Sick.
And boom, you have solved my first DM puzzle, not blowing yourselves up. No, so you all see two paths in the cave. There's one that seems like it was dug out, that goes upwards, and there's one that's more naturalistic and cavern looking, that goes deeper in.
You said the first one goes up?
Yeah.
Let's go down. The goblins are probably hiding out in the deeper natural parts of the caves.
I'm
I
back.
want.
Or we could split the party.
What are we doing?
Kaneda, you, one, cannot see shit as it is very dark and you have followed the party into a cave. Two, Pierre almost blew everyone up by lighting a torch in a cave full of potential gunpowder.
Nigga.
And three,
Wait.
Six has cast their first spell. And then four, there is a fork in the road. One leads upwards, and it seems to have been dug out by hand. And the other goes downwards, and it seems to have been naturally formed.
I think before we go down there, we should scout the trail that leads above, just so that there isn't any ambush attacks later when we get out.
Okay,
that's
I'll
just
join
me.
you.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Andres, was that Andres saying that, or was that like Kaneda?
No, that was me.
Okay. So Kaneda, in a high pitched but not as high pitched as Andres' voice, says, "Yeah, that would be fun."
Yeah, let's go.
Kaneda's voice sounds like more slithery.
I think
More-
the seeing
more
people
lizardy.
should at least inspect the upper top.
Okay, so three of you are gonna investigate up and two down, or what's going on?
I want to investigate and inspect the top trail just to make sure there isn't anything that's going to attack us when we get out.
Me too.
Okay. So whoever is investigating that top area begins to head up, and it's sort of like you're. So this path leads to the top of the island, but it leads to like the top of the island in like a little sinkhole area. And you see a skeleton of what used to be a person seems to be halfway through digging a wall. And like this is not like a wall like a solid wall, but like a dirt piled up wall. And they seem to have died halfway through it with a spear through them.
Ooh.
Aside from that, it's your typical sinkhole. You know, you can see the sunlight of overhead, and you're kind of in a lower recess. Not much else to say. What do you all do?
Mm.
Mm,
Can I inspect for any traps that might have been placed up here?
Yeah. How do you check for it?
I do not know. Or I do not know what to roll for that.
That's up to you. What skill do you think is relevant? You know, I want you to engage with this as a not as a game, but as like an improv exercise. Like, what do you think is relevant? You pick the skill.
Perception and investigation, but I think mainly investigation. I have a 10.
Okay. Then yeah, roll for investigation if that's what you think is relevant.
That's D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, I forgot the one.
What's your modifier?
My modifier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for investigation.
Investigation right now is at 10. And any modifier that would impact that? Would that be intuition?
Is intuition a skill? I don't think that's a skill.
Sorry, I'm looking at the D&D Beyond, and I looked at the small like abbreviation for intelligence, and I made a mistake. No, I have a +0 on that.
Okay. So what are you doing, Anna? What are you doing?
I got a 16.
Okay. So how do you investigate it then? Like what is the physical action Anna does to search for traps?
I look around the walls of the cave and trying to see if there's any kind of traps, looking at the walls to see if there's any touch sensitive things, but it seems like judging by how we walked up here, nothing was triggered. It seems like everything should be fine anyway.
Okay. So yeah, y'all see Anna sort of, you know, skulk around the room, sort of patting down the walls, seeing if there's any like pressure plates or anything. What do the rest of you do?
I would like to. I would like to inspect the body further.
Okay. Anything you're looking for in particular?
How long it's been there.
Okay. So you turn over this skeleton, and it seems like it has been here just long enough to kind of mummify, because you know there's not really anything to decompose in a weird sinkhole. So it just kind of mummified weirdly, and it's kind of, you know, gross and papery. Like someone paper mache brown shit to the outside of its body.
Oh no! Why did you describe that with words?
Why? I mean, that's how mummies look. They look like fucking brown paper mache. You tell me that's not how mummies look, alright? But yeah, it seems pretty dead. It seems pretty dead.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to do.
I feel like everything should be safe here. Should we go back to the group?
Sure.
Alright.
Okay. I want Pierre. Are you there?
Yeah.
Alright, I want you to roll investigation.
Wait, can me and Pierre still not see shit?
No. Here is a sinkhole that has access to the sun, so you good.
19.
Oh,
Or
okay.
19 plus 4, 23.
Something about this room is triggering your pirate buried treasure senses.
This is an investigate, so do I find anything?
Well, yeah, because the skeleton guy, like, he has a pick wedged into a wall that he was halfway through digging. I don't know. Something
Pierre?
about the room feels off to you, Pierre.
You got a weird look on your face. What's up?
I'm gonna grab the pick
Okay.
and see if I can find anything in the wall that the pick was in.
All right.
But
So you take the pick and you bash it into the wall, and some dirt comes crumbling down, and you see, like, the outside of a little treasure chest.
I'm gonna pull it out.
Okay. It's not a big treasure chest. It's like a strong box, you know.
What's in it?
You pop it open, and do you show the others, because they've sort of left the room already?
Not yet.
Not yet.
What's in it first?
You see a really nice bottle of brandy, 7 pieces of like a weird gemstone, and 2,400 copper pieces. Specifically minted to the Kingdom of Abragar. So that's what you've got. Do you hide it from the rest of the party as you meet back up with them, or do you show them?
I'm gonna keep it.
Alright, you keep it to yourself for now. Alright. So,
wait, how many gemstones?
7. Okay. So you hustle down to meet back up with the rest of the party. And I'm guessing all of you are heading down the more rough-hewn path?
Sure.
Okay. So, you all make your way down, and you keep following it, and it looks like they've been digging out this, like, white powder, the former occupants of this mine. Till you sort of come to a bit of a ravine, as it were, in the pathway. And, there's about a 40-foot gap sort of disconnecting this part of the tunnel to its continuation across the ravine. It looks like there's about a 20-foot fall downwards, and only a wire bridge seems to span this whole area. You can't really tell if it's stone or if it's water beneath the 20-foot fall.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I fly down into the ravine?
Oh yeah, you can't fly. Fuck, I didn't think of that while making this. Alright, yeah, you fly down, and you're just sort of hovering over the water.
Oh, so it is water.
Yes, because you're now hovering over it, yes?
Okay.
Okay.
I want to wobble the suspensions of the bridge to make sure it's sturdy.
Okay. You wobble it, and it seems sturdy enough, yeah. Apollo, by the way, what kind of bird are you? Are you like an owl, or are you sort of, what bird are you modeled after?
Fuck. I forget what it's called. Let me...
Okay. It's no big deal. That was more just my curiosity than anything.
Can Apollo see kind of how deep the water is?
Apollo can't really make out the depth of the water now. If they wanted to, they could test that through various means, but it's dark here to start with, so you can't really see too far deep into the water now.
Is there a stone near me?
Yeah, there's a...
Looks
yeah,
like a loose stone. I cast a light on the stone and throw it into the water.
Okay. You cast the stone down, and you hear a bloop, as it hits the water, as one would if a heavy rock. And you sort of see it go down, and down, and down, and down. You don't really see it hit a bottom. You see some weird shapes moving around your stone, and eventually it gets so deep that the light fades.
Cool.
I'm gonna fly back up.
Okay. So you fly back up, and you're
The water goes down pretty far.
So what do you all do?
Not gonna go into the ravine.
6, could you maybe like control water and maybe like fucking know.
I mean, there is a bridge. Like, you don't need to worry too much.
I'm gonna go across the bridge.
All right. It's a thin little bridge, but it's creaky, and I'm gonna ask you make a small acrobatics check.
Ooh, I'm proficient in that.
Yay!
15.
15.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, you get across the bridge. Is it just you going, or is anyone else crossing?
I'm just gonna fly over.
I'm gonna say we should go one at a time. But yeah, I went across first.
Okay. Yeah, you're on the other side of the bridge then. Who's going next, or is anyone doing anything weird?
I'm gonna cross the bridge.
I'm gonna go next.
Oh, Anna and Kaneda sort of bump shoulders as they both try to start crossing at the same time.
Pierre yells one at a time across.
Okay.
And then I speed up to go across.
All right. Give me an acrobatics
You have
check,
good
Kaneda.
runs in that state.
Acrobatics check?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kaneda,
Alright.
do you have a light on you?
I think I have a light on me.
Yeah, because
No, I'm holding the light up.
So Kaneda, you're doing this in relative darkness. So give me a disadvantage.
What's the disadvantage?
That means you rolled twice and take the lower.
Okay. Alright, that's...
That's a 20. That's very good. And that's a 9. So you're crossing this sort of pretty wire-thin bridge when you feel a bit of water beneath your talon that you could have seen if you had a light, but you sort of slip and splash into the water below. Luckily, since it's water, you don't take any damage from that. And it looks like on Pierre's side of the ravine that there's a way to get up pretty successfully. Kaneda, give me an AC. What's your AC?
AC?
Yeah, your armor class.
18.
18? Okay, you feel something bite at your shin. It doesn't succeed or anything, but you definitely feel something like try to nibble at your shin. Luckily your armor's there.
A little nibbling, not gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm. So Kaneda just takes this completely cool, like yeah, it's nothing, man. He's not like, oh shit, I'm in a dark cave lake and something bit me. I love it. No, he's completely stone-faced. There's a sort of large rock you could climb up onto, or you could attempt to swim the entire river. Which do you do?
The rock.
Okay, so you climb up to the rock. The rest of you just saw Kaneda fall, sort of head first into the water. Any concern? Is there any worry at all?
I mean, I'll fly down to check on him. Like, are you okay?
Yell across to whoever's left to take it slow. Unlike Kaneda.
Nigga, shut up.
Fucking rushing across the bridge.
Alright, Okay, do we want to continue with Kaneda, or does someone want to try to cross the bridge?
I'm gonna slowly try to cross the bridge here, just kind of like one at a time. I already can see, I don't know. It may feel supportive, but I still feel like it's kind of dicey since it's clearly slippery.
Hmm.
Alright.
Okay, so you're gonna try to acrobatics across as well, or do something special. Bruja, you're a druid, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean you can turn into an animal?
Not at
Yeah.
level 1.
Oh, okay, okay.
Somebody watched the crap guide to D&D.
No, I've fucking been playing D&D for 10 years. I already knew that, dude. Don't.
Okay, but you
don't-
did watch the crap guide to D&D
Yeah, because
though.
it's good shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy's videos are fun.
Yeah.
All right, so Anna, give me an acrobatics.
Yes, hold on. Yeah. Acrobatics. And that +3 to dexterity. Should I add that? Yeah, I think I should.
I don't know. I'm trusting you all to get it right. If you think you aren't doing it correctly, I'll.
Are you proficient in acrobatics?
That's okay. We'll
No, but I do have a +3 to dexterity. Does
Then
They're
yeah.
different.
yeah, okay.
we'll
No, but you still get the +3. If you were proficient, you'd get a +3 and a +2.
Oh, okay.
So
Alright, yeah, that makes
we'll
sense.
say Anna shimmies her way across to meet up with Pierre. What do the rest of you do? Or I guess
There's only
it's,
one more.
Yeah, it's just 6.
I will also try to cross the bridge.
All right, give me an acrobatics 6.
Uh, 12.
12. All right. So you start to make your way across, and you also slip, but when you slip you don't actually fall. You just like catch yourself, but you make sort of this really loud noise that sort of reverberates through the room as like the bridge swings beneath you. You know, it makes a sort of creaky metal sound. And I'm gonna ask that you make a Constitution check, because sort of you woke up a lot of bats, and they aren't attacking you or anything, but they are flying into your face now and sort of batting you, like smacking into you as you sort of stand there on the wire bridge. So give me a Constitution save. That's just a roll plus your modifier for
16.
Okay, so 16. So you sort of managed to keep your ground. You're okay, and you've made your way across the bridge. Alright, so now all that's left is Kaneda. What do you do on this little, like, rock in the middle of a lake river thing underground?
So like, is there a short enough distance to where I can just jump it?
Definitely too long to jump it. I think it's about, let me check my notes. It's about a 20 foot swim.
Okay. 20-foot swim. Yeah, I'll do it.
You'll just jump in?
Yeah.
Alright, you're in heavy armor. This is going to be another Constitution save, actually. Just to make sure you can even swim in that sort of heavy armor.
Yeah. So, Constitution?
Yeah.
Alright, so...
And also, what's your armor class again? I forgot.
18.
18. That's a very high armor class. Okay. Okay. Alright.
Oh, whoops. I
Something.
did this wrong.
Something, you know, you're swimming across. Let's see. What's your armor like?
Oh god.
Okay, so you begin to swim across, but your armor is very heavy, and you begin to get tired and begin to sink under the water. And while that's happening, something this time bites into you, and this time, now that your whole body is like immersed in the water, your arm, which is not as heavily armored, gets bitten into, and you take 6 damage from this sort of terrible bite that just sort of jarbs into you. And you see what bit you actually. It's like a kind of a shark, but it does appear to have no eyes.
A shark, nigga?
Yeah, a shark. A completely blind cave shark bites into you. What do you do about it?
Like, do you scream?
Yeah.
Are you making any noise
Yeah,
at all?
well,
I mean,
all
I'm
the rest
underwater,
of you,
I'd assume.
yeah, all the rest of you are watching Kaneda swim across the water, in complete darkness, in heavy armor, and he sinks. And you just see some blood come up from the water. What do you all do? This is clearly not a good situation.
Okay.
Could you like do something? Control
Can
water
I
him
just
over
punch
to
the shark?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna fucking punch the shark.
Can Pierre give me his
Keep
sword?
on punching it.
All right, yeah, no, give me an unarmed strike. That's a 1d4 plus your strength mod.
I'm
And
gonna
then, obviously
go
roll
down.
a hit first.
Pierre's an
1d4
excellent.
plus 3.
Yeah.
Pierre's an excellent swimmer. I'm gonna go down. Try to
Alright.
help.
But first, give me a roll to hit, Andres. I need to know if you actually hit the damn
Oh,
thing.
I gotta roll the d20. Ha 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 ha.
I have rope in my inventory.
So I just roll a d20 and then what?
Just a d20. That's all we need. Okay, so
Yes. And then
you
I
remember
roll.
your old master back in the old country saying to you, if you ever get bit by a shark, because you lived by the ocean back in your training days, punch it in the nose. So you
Yeah.
sort of square up while you're sort of coughing on water, and just sort of right hook the thing across its big old nose. And because it doesn't have any eyes, even more of its senses are loaded there. So you sort of get shark blood flowing into the water and punch the thing off your arm that it's biting into right now, and it retreats back into the water.
I'm gonna
fire.
scramble down the
Oh,
ravine
Okay.
and toss a rope into Kaneda.
Okay. All right. You toss the rope. Kaneda, give me athletics.
I'll roll for Kaneda. Kaneda just said they'll be right back.
Okay. And you're gonna help them out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got a 17 plus 5. They got a 22.
Okay. So Kaneda grabs onto the rope, and you haul him back to the shoreline, before he gets bit anymore. And Kaneda is hacking up water, coughing on his knees. Not in a good shape. Is there anything you say? Yeah, like anything.
No.
You just sort of haul him
Fucking
back
idiot.
to his feet, pat him on the back, and y'all keep moving. I respect it. It's a stoic brotherhood. Okay. So, you sort of continue down the cave as a group now. Anything you say to each other or anything?
I'm gonna offer to cast Cure Wounds on Kaneda
Okay.
if he allows me.
Okay. We'll figure that out in a moment when Andres gets
Okay.
back. And as you continue down the cave, the pickaxe marks that were pretty common higher up are getting rarer and rarer, and the cave is getting more natural feeling and more mushroom filled.
Mushroom.
It's also opening up a bit too. Like, at first it was sort of like a tunnel, but now it's pretty wide open. Not like a open field or anything, but like, it went from being like 10 feet across to like, now it's like 60, 70 feet across. Like, it's a giant auditorium, basically. And you see a couple of more skeletons of miners. These ones appear to have been purposefully skewered on stalactites. And
Nice decor.
mm-hmm. And beyond, you sort of see something very fascinating. You see a roughly 40-foot by 40-foot outcropping, sort of like a little cliff, opening up as the cave itself opens up massively into this huge sea of darkness. It's opened up in all directions, where it's basically, like, aside from this little outcropping, a complete free fall and just, like, empty in every other way. Like an ocean of shadow. And sat in the middle of this little outcropping are a couple dead miners, a couple dead folks of other varying sorts, their tools, a crate of what appears to be now spoiled food, and, what's most interesting of all to all of you, a sparkling key. And you don't even have to worry too much about falling off this outcropping, because stalactites sort of form a circle, making sort of an impromptu naturalized rail, or railing. So
I'm gonna take the key.
I'm gonna take the key. See, you begin. Here, let's wait till Bigfoot and Andres get back, and let's just say
Sure.
you all take a moment to rest. So you all have sort of seen this pile sitting in the middle of the cave. You heard my explanation of, like, the cliff and all that sort of thing, right, Apollo?
There's a key, there's a cliff.
Okay.
I think.
Ring of stalactites, all that good stuff. Okay, so 6, you're just gonna go up and grab?
Yep.
Okay, so 6 takes the initiative, and, you know, because they are a Ganassi, I think you have dark vision, right?
I don't think I do.
So you've been standing close to Pierre, we'll say, for most of this cave exploration, and sort of using his.
No, the
sword.
Ganassi do have dark vision.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you sort of, you know, having dark vision, take the initiative to go up and grab the key before anyone else. You know, thinking, yeah, I've got this. Does anyone else follow her, or does she just go in row?
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. So
If I do have dark vision, I feel like I feel like I could at least help out and make sure no one trips and dies. Seeing that someone recently just got attacked by a fucking shark.
So
More like
Anna, out of sort of like a concern for her party members, comes with both Pierre and 6 as they go and retrieve the key. And, you know, as you make your way up there, you sort of see these goblin-y looking fellows jump out at you, seeing that you're trying to steal their shit. You know, you were told goblins, but this does not seem like a goblin to you, as it seems, one, human-sized, like, quite a bit taller, and 2, it doesn't have any eyes. You know, it's got all the other features you'd expect, but no eyes.
Oh, cute little blind goblin.
And they're looking at you, and they sort of take these bone clubs they have with, like, you know, sharp ribs sort of tied on as spikes, and the first one tries to bash you over the head, 6, in a not too subtle way. Luckily, you're fast enough and you are able to dodge out of the way. And with that, we have our fight. For a big fight like this, though, I'm gonna say give me
Roll for initiative.
Yeah, I would say let's have you three who went in. Let's just say you're at the top of initiative, right? We have Pierre, we have Six, and we have Anna at the top of it.
I got a 21.
Hmm. Well, this one, there's sort of a natural initiative that's sort of formed since three of you went in and two of you didn't. So we'll say at the bottom of initiative is Apollo and Kaneda. Okay, so Six, what do you do? There are 6 of these blind fellows who have jumped out to try and beat the ever-loving shit out of you and Apollo and the rest of your friends.
There's how many?
There are 6 of them.
I swing my quarterstaff at one of them.
Okay, so you, maybe too surprised even to cast a spell, pick up your quarterstaff, and where do you try to crack him?
Just like a rib shot.
Okay. Alright, give me an attack roll.
What's the modifier?
Your weapon skills and all that. So we're gonna say your strength and your proficiency,
Strength plus-
which I think is a 2.
Strength plus what?
Strength plus 2.
Yeah, strength plus 2
okay.
plus a 20-sided roll.
20.
Okay, so you sort of jab him in the rib, and now give me a D4 plus your strength. Okay.
3.
Okay, so you sort of jab him with your quarterstaff and knock him backwards, sort of bumping him against the stalactites. Pierre, what do you do against this blind gentleman who's coming towards you? This one's a little shorter and squatter than the one that swung at 6.
I'm gonna stab him.
Just sort of stab this little pudge ball. All right. Yeah. Give me an attack roll then.
Uh, 12? Wait. Yeah, 12.
12. All right. So you swing and you get a successful cut. Where do you cut him, and what's the damage?
I'm stabbing him in the face with a rapier.
Yes.
1d8.
Yes.
Uh, 10.
10.
I'm also gonna stab him with a dagger.
Okay. Fasten, dude. Oh yeah, you're
Nat
a
20.
rogue. You can do that. All right. So you
Everyone
don't even
can do
need to
that.
roll damage for that. I'm gonna say you take your main rapier and you stab him in what was once an eye hole, and then you take your dagger and do the same to his other eye hole, and then with a swift kick you sort of knock him backwards, and the creature falls over the edge, disappearing into the sea of darkness.
Everyone can do 2-weapon fighting, but the second attack, like with your second weapon, just doesn't get your attack modifier.
Okay.
It's just a bear roll.
Got it. And then, let's see, who else went? Anna, what do you do against this sort of tall, gangly one that's coming at you with a spiked club?
I take my crossbow and I'm gonna shoot him in the chest.
Damn. Cold-hearted.
One RD20.
Mm.
9.
9? So you were a little bit surprised. So when you load your crossbow and you fire, you sort of stumble back a little bit and fire a little high. Just sort of letting it fly over the creature's head. So the creature that you fired at is now upon you, right? And he's coming for you. What's your? No, you're fine. So he sort of swings his club into the ground and you roll aside. And then 6. What's your AC? 6?
3. No, 13. Sorry.
13. 3. So you sort of knocked him backwards, but now he's sort of back up against you, and this time he sort of swings to the side, right? And you put up your bow staff to sort of block it, but this creature just through raw strength, powers through both your bow staff and you. And let's see how bad it is. Oh, that's not good at all. What's your HP? 6?
Oh no.
9.
9? Okay, yeah, this thing slams into you and sort of like a baseball knocks you into a stalactite and you fall unconscious.
Cool.
You're alive, but you're at 0 HP right now. Meanwhile, 3 of these gentlemen, these sort of creatures have popped out, closer to you, Kaneda, and you, Apollo. So 2 of them are gonna swing at you, Kaneda. What's your AC?
My armor class is 18.
18? Okay. So you, a professional warrior, get swung at 2 times, right? And you dodge the first, and then you use sort of your heavy armor to sort of block the second one as he's coming in. What do you do to fight back?
So the first one who swung and missed,
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a low kick to get them off their feet.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's an athletics check, right? Or
No,
acrobatics.
that's an attack roll, I would say.
Okay, so I gotta do the d20 so it'll hit.
Yeah, 20 plus your strength. I love the low kick though. That's cool. In fact, you know what?
19.
Yeah. Also,
Ooh.
take a point of inspiration. I like the low kick. That's cool. When you guys do cool stuff, I'm gonna award inspiration like candy. All right. So give me a D4 plus your strength.
D4 plus my strength.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I keep rolling? Why do I keep rolling ones?
Well, on a D4, you've got a pretty good chance to roll 1.
Yeah.
So what's your damage you're doing to him?
4.
4? All right. So you've been trained in far off fighting arts that none of these blokes know about, and you bust out a low kick, like a capoeira style, like big spinning arc low kick. You feel like a nice crack in his ankle as you knock him over onto his back.
Oh, nice.
Do you want to make another attack, or are you done?
Yeah, I'm gonna make another attack. So while this nigga's just floating there midair.
Yeah. Very
Gonna go
anime.
ahead.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and try to slash him with my hand axe.
Okay.
So that's another d20.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say because you've knocked him off, you don't need to roll for if you're gonna hit. You're gonna hit.
Alright, cool.
That's foregone.
So it's 1d6 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
7 damage.
Okay. So you sweep him, send him into the air for a moment, and then you just sort of dive that hand axe of yours into him, and knock him out one shot.
Nice.
Apollo, there's one coming at you as well, and it sort of makes an overhead swing at you, What's your AC?
14.
14. So the creature cracks you one on the wing, let's say. And let's see, 1 plus 3. Okay, so you take 6 as it cracks you across the wing. Very painful. No broken bones though. It just seems to be blood that came up on this one, and a nice bruise that you're getting. What do you do back, Apollo?
Can I mean, I guess I can only shoot it.
You can do whatever you want. Like, you're only limited to your imagination.
Okay, can I fly? Can I use my movement to fly
Yeah.
over to, where 6 is?
Okay. You fly over to 6 and...
Wait. Yeah, wait, no, fuck. Who's Swamp again?
6.
Yeah, 6.
No,
Okay,
right,
that's
right.
what I thought. Okay. I'm gonna shoot the one that hit me.
Okay, so you doing a bit of aerial archery, you fire off a shot at the one who hit you and fly over to Swarm. Give me an attack roll then.
Let's see. 14.
14. Okay. With a 14, your shot hits its mark, and then how much damage do you do? And where are you aiming for?
I'm aiming for the chest.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. 1d8. Is it d8? No. Is it d8? Yeah, okay. 9.
9. Okay, so you begin flying over and sort of do you shoot with your bird feet or with your wing hands? Or do you have are your hands and wings separate?
They are separate.
Okay, so do you use your hands or your feet to shoot the arrow?
I use my hand.
I don't know. Birds be on.
Doing a trick shot.
Yeah, you know. All right, so you take a shot at that one, and you get a nice chest shot. I'm not sure if the creature's dead or not, but you definitely stumbled it off, and it's on the ground now.
Cool. Do I have a bonus action?
Is that a thing your class gets?
I don't fucking know. Let me see.
Okay, because it's up to you guys to understand your classes. I fucking bet me if I know how the ranger works.
No, I guess not.
Okay. But yeah, now you're sort of standing over Swamp, protecting their unconscious form. Swamp, give me a roll to stabilize.
Just like a barrel roll.
Gabe, you understand death saves, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you walk her through that. I don't understand.
Yeah, no, it's literally just a bare d20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just double checking. Thank you.
12.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're not dead. You're it's like Apollo flies over to you, and puts a hand on your pulse, and it's like okay, she's breathing. We're good. The creature that knocked out Swamp though comes running at you, Apollo, and makes a swing, and using your bow, sort of. You use the arc of your bow to block the club and protect Six's unconscious form. Pierre, what do you do? You're looking over. There's.
I'm gonna stab the dude over Apollo in the back.
Okay.
Doing a sneaky attack.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say this is a sneak attack. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's engaged with someone else.
Mm.
That's plus 5, 15.
15.
And you roll hit dice.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so So Apollo, you sort of see a sneaky dragonborn sort of quickly running up on this thing, and before the creature even knows it, Pierre is upon it, and already hurt from Six's jab. Pierre, what's your damage?
12.
12. Yeah, Pierre absolutely finishes this thing off with a X-like cut to its back, and the creature falls, slumping down in front of Apollo. Pierre, do you have any cool quips to say to Apollo or your defeated foe?
Yeet.
Apollo, you don't even know what that word means. Okay,
You
Anna.
just made it up.
Anna, you're still being attacked. What do you do?
I'm gonna pull out. I don't know. Should I? I'm thinking about pulling out my dagger, but since I already have a crossbow in my hands, I'm just gonna go for it and shoot at what's coming at me.
Okay.
Yes, it's a D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
16.
So you roll out of the swing that it made earlier, and while you were rolling, you reloaded your crossbow, and you take another shot at point blank this time. How much do you hurt the thing, and where are you aiming for?
I am aiming for its face. Is that D8 or D4 for damage?
8 with a crossbow.
Okay.
8 plus dexterity.
Oh, dexterity? Okay, hold on. Plus dexterity.
Well, we can just add it post. Like, don't worry too much about it.
That's 3. Okay.
Okay, so you roll out of the way, and this is kind of a cool sequence. Like, you know, you fall back, thing swings at you, roll out of the way, shoot it in the face.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, I love it. And so you get it right in the cheek, like going from cheek to cheek. And the arrow flings off into the distance, and now this thing's got a big old hole in its mouth that was caused by you, and it roars out and takes another crack at your fucking head. What's your AC?
AC is...
Nigga finna die. One of these niggas finna die.
my class 14.
14? Okay, so with that, then now that you're actually on your feet and understand what you're doing, you're much more able to dodge out of the way of this thing's blow. And especially with the pain it's in, it's moving slow enough that you're more than able to get out of the way. 6, you are at 1 HP now, and you're slowly coming to. And next round you'll be able to act again.
Great.
Who? Oh yeah, Canada. 2 of them are on you. So let's you finished off the first one, but there's still 2 of them on you. The first one. Let's see. You said your AC. I'm sorry, I keep asking. I just keep forgetting.
18.
18. So you've got very good armor. So the first one does absolutely nothing, but the second one that was fighting Apollo is behind you. So it manages to get a nice strong crack on your back. 7. Ooh, yes, that thing hits like right the small of your back for 10 damage. How much HP do you have?
I don't remember.
That's kind of
12.
important, Kaneda.
Oh yeah, I have 12.
You have 12 total, but you lost, like,
10.
Yeah,
some from the shark.
yeah, that's shark.
Oh, okay. So you didn't heal from the shark?
I don't think I did.
Does this knock you to 0?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
So
was
Kaneda,
fast.
you're fighting the other one, but this one behind you, man, just get a fucking crack on your spine. You just hear like a and you're just down for the count. So yeah, you also need to next turn roll a death save. Back on the little outcropping. Who's acting? Apollo. Yes, it's you.
It's me.
There's one on Anna right now. And there's 2 beating the shit out of Kaneda.
I guess I'll shoot at one of the ones on Kaneda.
Okay. Do you go for the one that you shot earlier, or do you go for the one that's still fresh?
I'll go for the one that's fresh.
Okay. So give me a roll for your if you hit.
Plus 7 plus 15.
15. So with your bow, you sort of pull it back, and seeing your friend in need, you let loose an arrow shot flying towards this thing. How much damage do you do?
6.
6. So with that, the arrow lunges itself into this thing's back. A lot of back shots today, and it's sort of has its attention turned away from Kaneda, or the 2 of them that were beating the shit out of Kaneda have their attention turned away. Pierre, what do you do? You're too far away.
There's 2 left.
Yeah, two over there left, and then 1 trying to kill Anna.
Who's the best looking one right now?
What, the freshest?
The freshest, yeah.
All 3 of them actually have arrows in them.
Ooh.
Got 'em.
The one that
Who are they all engaged with?
2 are disengaging with Kaneda, and 1 is like pretty much on top of Anna right now.
I'm gonna. How far is the one on Anna? Close enough for me to stab?
Yeah, you could run up and attack that one.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
21.
21. So you definitely hit the thing. Let's see how much damage you do.
9.
Okay. So the glory kill stealer himself once again jumps up and gets like a nice neck shot on the thing, slicing off the head of it as it's looming over Anna. And with your signature X, you make another slice across the back, and it falls.
No, it's a P.
It's a P.
For Pierre.
For Pierre. That's your call sign.
Yeah.
All right. 6. You're able to stand again. What do you do?
I'm very low on health. I'm just gonna kind of try and like back away.
Okay.
Or is 6 conscious?
Yeah, 6 is conscious at 1 HP, and you have range capabilities too, I think, as a wizard, so you might be able to even help if you want to.
Use Firebolt.
I don't have any damage spells.
Okay. So,
God.
six just like... 6 plants their staff firmly on the ground and shakily stands up, and everyone breathes a sigh of relief knowing that 6 is alive. Let's see. Anna, you are now without a giant creature looming over you. What do you do?
I scan the area and I look at the nearest giant creature that might still be alive. Is there?
Yeah, one's coming towards you guys right now, and the other is
Oh.
over Kaneda.
I want to. I don't know what I want to do. There's so many choices. I'm going to shoot at the creature that's looming over Kaneda right now.
Okay. So let's see if you hit your shot. Let's see them shots, boys. Where are we dropping?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. So your arrow flies a little astray, hitting the ceiling instead. Let's see. Kaneda, roll a death save for me.
Alright, so which dice is
20
that?
sided. If you get over a 10, you're good. If you get under a 10, we go to the next stage.
Uh-oh.
A
Oh my
10.
god.
Alright, so we go to the next stage, and you begin coughing up blood. You're not dead yet, but you're worsening by the moment.
That's your first failed
Yeah,
death save.
Shut up.
If you get 3, you die.
I thought it was 5.
No, it's 3. 3 fails, you die. 3 successes, you stabilize. If you get a nat 1 or a nat 20, you instantly die or stabilize.
Yeah, it's high pressure time for Kaneda. The creature that knocked you out now is picking you up and is beginning to walk away and making its way to some unknown part of the cave to feast on you. So
where are we at now?
So that one's making its way away, and both of the Grimlocks are beginning to head away with Kaneda. What do you guys do? We're gonna say
Shoot the one.
we're gonna say Apollo first.
I would like to shoot the one carrying Kaneda away.
Okay, make a shot. This is the moment where ranged weapons are really fucking handy to have.
18.
18, so you make your shot again. Apollo is a real sharpshooter. And
9.
how's that damage?
9 damage.
9. Excellent. So, Kaneda, you feel yourself being hoisted up, but then you feel yourself falling back to the ground as the creature that was carrying you falls down, and you look in your, weary, semi-conscious eyes, and you see that a arrow has been put right through its fucking head. The other one is now in full retreat, not even trying to pick up Kaneda. Does Anna 6 or Pierre do anything to
shoot
attack
at it.
Or oh,
Wait.
I'm gonna shoot at it.
okay. What's your ranged weapon?
Short bow.
Short bow. So Pierre
21.
drops his 2 swords on the spot, pulls out a short bow that he has on his back, and give me an attack roll.
I got 21, and for damage I got 11.
So you completely sharpshooter the last one.
Jesus
Damn.
Pulling a similar move to Apollo, going right for the head. And now 6 or Anna, do either of you want to try to stabilize Kaneda, or do anything to? Or there's the key, or there's the weird shaking that's going on now.
I'm
make it
gonna
better.
go and grab the key.
Okay.
Bum nigga.
And 6, what do you do?
I guess I try to stabilize Canada.
Okay. Well, what kind of medicine tricks do you know to help stabilize him?
Um,
Well, you spent time living
I've
alone
got,
in
I've
the
got
woods.
nature and wisdom here. I don't know.
Isn't medicine a skill?
Is it? Oh, it is.
Okay. So medicine if you're doing that. If you're doing something really, really weird, it might be another skill. Tell me how you try to heal him.
I don't know. His back is broken, and he's
His back isn't.
it's not really
broken,
something you
it
could
just
first
got, like,
aid.
It just got like heavily bruised, and he's like, you know, completely winded and bleeding.
I would just act as a support then.
Oh. Okay, so you give him a little bit of tender love and care.
Physical support. I'm trying to help him with his food.
Okay, so physical support. How are you healing him? Okay, you just try to like help him back up and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
All right.
Can I do a medical check?
Yeah, you can do medicine if you want. As you pick up that key, though, you can feel the cave beginning to shake. It's a little weird.
I'm going to. Can I just sprint to Kaneda and just cast Cure Wounds?
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright,
It's
I'm
not
gonna
combat anymore, so, you know, there's no set turn order.
Alright. So. Kaneda, you are healed 9 points.
Okay, so you can feel, like, as Apollo puts their hand over you, and how do you do this magic? Like, what does it look like when you do it,
I'm
Apollo?
with the force, and the force is with me.
I'm just gonna put a hand on, like, the major wound on his back and sort of just seal it up.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Is
Jesus
there, like,
in it.
some energy that comes out, or is it completely invisible? Or is it, like, do you just see the wound knit itself back together?
It's gonna be like a little tangled moment where it's gonna be like glowy.
Aw, that's cute. Bird magic. So you can feel like you came from the plane of wind, right, Apollo?
Yes.
So Andres, you can actually feel like a gentle wind and like a comforting warm feeling on your back, and you're healed 9 points, and you can suddenly just stand up with ease.
Oh, that was wind? I thought I farted.
Truly a stoic samurai for the ages.
Pierre's already
Yeah.
running back up the tunnel.
He's like dazed.
Yeah,
and
we gotta
confused right
go.
now, so he's just tucking out.
You see a figure coming up from the darkness of the cave below, and you see like a purple entity.
I'm fucking running. I'm booking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm already running.
Who has the key? Or did you?
I do.
Oh, okay. Anna has the key.
Well, we have the key.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should fight him though. Maybe we should see what's up with this person.
No.
The cave is fucking.
No, I think we should
I'm
run because I think the cape's gonna collapse.
Okay, but
So-
that's not honorful though.
So Kaneda, you sort of make a stance to fight this thing coming up, and
Pierre grabs Nikita and starts running.
Yeah, the 200-foot monstrosity that has come up from the cave floor begins to like worm its way towards you guys. It's not super fast, but like the entire cave shakes as the thing moves forward. And you realize that was probably the worm thing that they were talking about, that the workers saw.
It's the Alaskan bullworm.
Sort of, actually, sort of. Except unlike the worm in SpongeBob, this thing seems to have like gigantic armor plates and like a mouth full of basically like whirling razor blades. So y'all bolt, I guess, from your descriptions, and
That
you
sounds
managed to
more
out.
like Transformers 3 than SpongeBob.
Here, I'll even in chat and later, Anelia, you know when you're editing this thing, put up the purple worm and show them, you know, exactly what the creature they see looks like, because It's not good. It's very not good.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you all bolt and make your way back to the cave surface. The cave shaking, in fact, seems to have like knocked down like stones onto the wire bridge from earlier, to the point where you can just like cross the giant stones that have fallen into the water. And y'all make your way out of the cave, and you're back on the surface, breathing heavily, but you've made it. And you see someone run up to you, and it's the dwarf from earlier, and she's like, what was that underground?
Something we should have fought.
What do you mean should have fought? What was it?
Worm! We gotta go.
Oh yeah, we better get going. I'm not much of a digger dwarf myself, but all
I'm
the
just
dwarf
gonna grab
teachers
her arm
tell you.
and run to the ship.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Is the worm pursuing out of the cave?
You can see like its mouth like nipping out of the cave mouth, but it looks like it's too heavy for it to continue much further. Is there anything you do before you bolt from the island entirely?
Should we take some of the guano?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's take one
Crate?
crate of guano.
Just
In case
one?
we
One
need it.
crate of bat shit.
Yes. I need it.
Okay, so
For mushrooms.
so Anna runs onto the ship, which has the name HAOA Stallion on the side, and she sort of feels the key being pulled towards the the little steering wheel that's on ships. And she unlocks it, and these purple chains sort of just seem to like spread out from the key and break off, unlocking the ship and allowing the sails to unfurl.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, but we've been playing for 2 hours, and I kind of got other stuff to do now.
Okay. Yeah, you get going,
Alright.
get going. I'll inform you later.
Bye,
Cool.
Mom.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, and so the rest of you, Six just collapse exhausted onto the ship and like almost immediately falls asleep. The rest of you make preparations to shove off, and I'm guessing how do you go retrieve the others? The caravan and your former crew, Pierre, as well.
I'm gonna send Apollo over because they're quick.
Okay. Apollo, do you
Okay.
even consent to that?
I'm just gonna sigh and say, okay, fine, but you owe me, and then I'm gonna go.
Okay, so Apollo flies off, going and informing the others to get ready to be boarded by the ship. And eventually, the rest of you arrive, getting everyone onto the ship and off the island. What do we have? And so now, everyone's on board this nice big heavy galleon boat, and the dwarf lady looks at all of you and she's like, might be overdue, but the name's Orle. How are all of you?
Tired.
Pretty good.
That shit hurted.
You're
That shit hurt.
All things considered, all right.
you're a real
Yeah,
bandit
pretty
hero,
good.
all of ya. Do you have a name for your group?
Do we have a
You're
name for
the
our group?
fuckers.
The what?
The motherfuckers.
Oh no, no,
Wait, is that what all of you
No.
are called?
no,
No.
no, it's not.
No, then what do you what should I introduce your band of scallywags as? Here. I'll go sit over there and let you figure that out.
I'm just gonna go to sleep. I don't give a shit.
Apollo sort of climbs up to. Where does Apollo sleep?
In
I
hell.
don't know. Is there like a little like under?
Yeah, there's
What is it
hammocks
called?
below.
Okay, yeah. I'll sleep in one of those.
Okay. So yeah, what do you three decide? Or yeah, what do you three decide the name of the group will be? You can all even be so indecisive that you don't even tell her till next session.
The Yakuza.
So
God.
you're like we'll get back to you on that, Arle or Orle.
No, I had a great name.
I don't know about that.
The Yakuza.
Well,
No.
we'll figure that out later. We have a long voyage ahead of us. So would you all like to join up with the resistance? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Also, Pierre calls Kaneda a weeb under his breath.
It's not because the character's a weeb.
No character's a weeb.
No, my character literally was risen.
Your
in...
character's a weeb.
My character was risen in Japanese culture. What do you mean?
Risen.
Then why does your character
Raised.
say the N-word?
Okay, so we are making it canon that the Kaneda's character drops it.
No, that's not canon.
No?
that is
Okay.
not canon.
Fucking got him.
Your character is just a weeb.
My character is not a weeb. My character is actually a samurai.
This is the stupidest shit.
Alright. Well, it looks like we're gonna have a long voyage ahead of us, eh? Still,
Yeah,
I
'cause
look
of these
forward to
clowns.
working with all of you. And with that, you want to call the session there for today?
Yeah,
sure.
hooray!
Alright, I would say, and I'm gonna tell Six and Kadar this as well, all of you go up to level 2 if you're not already there.
Nice.
What kind of gems did I get?
Upon further inspection, it's malachite.
What's Malachite?
Damn, you fucking owe me too.
Again, does Pierre share this with the rest of them, or does he keep it for himself?
No.
No. Is your character?
I'll share the brandy with them. After we get on the boat, I'm gonna share the brandy with all of them.
All right. What's your alignment?
Let me check. Chaotic good.
All right. Change it to chaotic neutral. Because you have taken an act that is very much not a good act. It's a neutral act. Alright. Well, that was a fun session.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut the recording here, but feel free to catch up with me after the session. Alright.
Alright.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Adios.